When I come through, the ladies praise me or something. That's cause they know how we play. Squad up, niggas talking about squad up. That's cliche. We going all the way back when he was motherfucking 16, 15 years old. Some hot boy shit. Day one. I'm about retiring and shit. Fuck that. Retire, quit, rap, whatever you want to call it. Fuck that.
I am hearing that somebody picked up the phone, tried to call and see what the energy was. I'm hearing that Kendrick didn't answer.
Well, he told us in his letter, I go without a phone for months anyway.
Yeah, but if I'm calling you rapper to rapper and you don't answer.
Are we talking about Wayne?
Yes.
The rap game's heating up again. This all started when Kendrick dropped his highly anticipated sixth project, rumored as GNX, in the same week Drake was already going at him with lawsuits and accusations. But while Drake's legal shots made noise, Kendrick's real problem might be Wayne, Weezy F baby, possibly cooking up a direct response. According to Joe Budden, Wayne tried calling Kendrick, but K-Dot didn't pick up. Now word is Wayne jumped in the booth to pen something of his own. And if Wayne's in battle mode, that's a different kind of smoke than what Drake's been giving. What's crazy is Wayne never stepped in when Kendrick was dismantling Drake, even though Drake is his protege. Back in the Pusha T beef, Wayne took some light shots but never really went all in, and Pusha barely acknowledged it. This time though, there's more personal history. See, it's not just about rap bars. This tension's been simmering since the NFL announced Kendrick would headline the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show in Wayne's hometown of New Orleans. Wayne's been talking for years about wanting that stage, but he says he never even got a call. To make it worse, insiders claim Drake's been offered the halftime gig multiple times but turned it down. Yet Wayne never even made the short list. When Kendrick got that call, some folks hyped Wayne up like he'd been robbed. Wayne ran with it, making it sound like the opportunity was stolen from him, even though it was never on the table. Kendrick noticed. On his album, he slid in a line on Lockdown Murals. I used to bump the Carter 3, wore my Raleigh chain proud. The irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. It wasn't a diss, more like pointing out the shift. Kendrick once idolized Wayne, but now Wayne's acting salty over his success. Wayne didn't take it lightly. The next day he tweeted, "Man, what I do, I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Don't take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. No one wants destruction, not even me, but I shall destroy if disturbed." That's a warning shot. After that, Wayne allegedly tried to call Kendrick to clear the air. When Kendrick didn't answer, it might have pushed Wayne over the edge. Wayne's camp stays tapped into what's going on, even if Wayne himself isn't always following every rap headline. Drake's the opposite, always watching the game, collaborating early and catching trends. That's why it's interesting that Wayne might have only heard about Kendrick's bars secondhand, connected it to the fact Kendrick's been tearing into Drake and decided he had to check him directly. Problem is, Kendrick's not the type to jump at a call, especially during album release week. He's not heavy on social media, rarely tweets, and mostly pops up when dropping music. Maybe he missed the call, maybe he ignored it, or maybe he's ready for whatever. Here's the thing, so Wayne was a major inspiration for Kendrick. Back in 2008, before either was a superstar, Wayne gave Kendrick and J-Rock a verse. That meant a lot. But if Kendrick's really aiming for a clash, he's stepping into a fight with one of the most influential rappers of the last 3 decades. Wayne's been shaping the sound of hip-hop since the late 90s, inspiring everyone from Future to Tyler, the Creator, Young Thug, and even this new wave like Gunna and Ken Carson. That makes this different from the Drake beef. Kendrick could hit Drake with the Colonizer label, accuse him of clout chasing, and call him out for playing industry games. But against Wayne, that's harder. Any shot Kendrick fires at Wayne's impact is like firing at himself, because so much of his own style and work ethic came from Wayne's blueprint. Still, Kendrick's got ammo. He could flip Wayne's own influence against him, pointing out how Wayne made things like lean culture, face tats, and diamond-studded grills mainstream, whether you think that's positive or not. He could mention Wayne's lack of recent hits, the fact his last universally loved project was over a decade ago, and that Kendrick's the one getting the Super Bowl shine in Wayne's own backyard. But Wayne's no easy target. Even if he hasn't been as battle-tested as Drake, his technical skill is undeniable. Intricate wordplay, wild metaphors, charisma, and a hunger for the game that's rare 20-plus years in. And if Wayne really wants it, he can still wrap circles around most of the industry. This whole thing could explode because it's not just rap competitiveness, it's ego, legacy, and pride all colliding. Wayne helped shape Kendrick's rise. Kendrick's now in a spot Wayne once held, the best rapper alive conversation. And in hip-hop, sometimes the only way to settle that is head-to-head. As they say, idols become rivals, and in this case, both idols still have something to prove. If this Wayne versus Kendrick clash actually goes down, you gotta look at Wayne's track record in rap beefs, and it's a mixed bag. The man's traded bars with some of the biggest names in the game, but he's not known for going full war mode often. His most famous back and forth, probably with Jay-Z. This was peak best rapper alive era, late 2000s, when Wayne was running mixtapes and Jay had just come out of retirement. Jay sent a slick jab on Ham. Really, you got baby money. Playing on Birdman's nickname and hinting Wayne's cash wasn't his own. Wayne clapped back on It's Good with the infamous line, kidnap your wife, get that how much you love your lady money. That one had the industry buzzing. Wayne didn't usually get personal, but here he crossed into dangerous territory. The thing is, even with the shots, Jay didn't come at him like a full-on battle. It was more mutual flexing than an all-out war. Wayne's also tangled with 50 Cent, who's built a career off beefing. Jay-Z once said, I'm about $1, what's 50 cent? And Wayne flipped it into, all about $1, asterisk, asterisk, 2 quarters, I pour syrup in that vitamin water. Direct and disrespectful, since 50 was the face of vitamin water back then. But again, it never blew up into a serious feud, just a few stabs traded. The one that could have been huge was Gillie Da Kid. Jill was a former Cash Money artist who claimed he ghost wrote for Wayne on The Carter Once. Wayne denied it and went at him on multiple tracks during his Drought 3 mixtape run. He had clever lines like, I'm a shark in the water, I swim with the big, so I don't got time to deal with Willie the Squid. But his best shots were layered metaphors clowning Jill's King of Philly title and comparing him to a blunt he let burn out. That's classic Wayne, turning insults into multi-level wordplay. But not all Wayne disses hit. His 2013 attempt at Pusha T, brutal, and not in a good way. This was after Pusha dropped Exodus 23:1, clowning Drake for being signed to multiple bosses. Instead of Drake answering, Wayne jumped in with a track called Ghoulish, opening with F asterisk asterisk Pusha T, and anybody that love him, his head's up his butt, I'm gonna have to headbutt him. Weak lines, no depth, no sting. Pusha didn't even respond, saying it'd be a disservice to rap to waste a verse on it. For a lot of fans, that was proof Wayne shouldn't be chasing beef unless he's serious about it. Here's the pattern. Wayne's best moments in rap battles come when he's sharp, witty, and full of layered punchlines. His worst moments come when he's rushed, emotional, and drops surface-level insults. Against Kendrick, he can't afford the latter. Kendrick's a sniper, calculated, precise, and able to turn an opponent's whole legacy into a weapon against them. And unlike Drake, Kendrick doesn't get distracted mid-battle chasing side feuds. We saw it in the Meet the Grams era. Kendrick stayed locked in, going at Drake with personal angles, cultural critiques, and wordplay that stuck. Wayne's never been the type to dig deep into personal lives for disses. He thrives on braggadocio, clever similes, and outrageous metaphors. That's what made his 2007-2009 run legendary. But in 2024, that style might not cut through unless he adapts. Fans now want disses that feel surgical, real talk mixed with style. If Wayne brings the same energy he had on Drought 3 or No Ceilings, he could make this fight competitive. If he comes with ghoulish type throwaways, Kendrick will eat him alive. And there's another angle, Wayne's legacy. He's one of the most influential MCs ever. Even Kendrick's admitted Wayne's cadence, work ethic, and fearlessness inspired him early. So if Kendrick chooses to turn Wayne into the symbol of old rap gatekeepers salty at the new kings, that narrative could land heavy. On the flip side, Wayne could flip the script. Paint Kendrick as the student trying to overthrow the teacher, question his long breaks between albums, and mock the idea that Kendrick's saving hip-hop when Wayne's been carrying it for decades. Bottom line, this battle would be legacy versus legacy. Wayne's got history with the mic, but Kendrick's got momentum and modern battle skills. And if Wayne's stepping in, it means he's confident he's still got it. Whether that's true or not, we might find out soon. If Wayne and Kendrick actually square up on wax, the first thing to watch is tone. Wayne's a master of flow switches, bending words, and packing triple entendres into one line. He can clown you and wow you in the same breath. His strength is charisma and unpredictability. He might open a track with a playful jab, then drop a slick bar so layered it takes listeners a week to unpack it. That's what he'll need, not just shots, but shots that stick. Kendrick, on the other hand, is surgical. He's not gonna waste space. Every bar has purpose, and he'll aim to hit Wayne in spots that hurt, pride, legacy, and status. If Wayne's bars are about being rich and stylish, Kendrick's gonna spin that into out of touch and past your prime. Kendrick could go for a slow burn approach, dropping 1 or 2 lethal verses and letting social media do the rest. Think Control or Meet the Grams, records that create conversations beyond the song. He could paint Wayne as a giant who refuses to pass the torch, a symbol of an older era that can't accept the new wave. He could bring up Wayne's lack of major hits in recent years, his tone-deaf performances, and even the fact that in his own city's biggest event, the Super Bowl halftime show, he got passed over for Kendrick. That's a whole narrative right there. Wayne's counter, go personal about Kendrick's long breaks between albums, mock the idea that Kendrick's for the culture when he disappears for years, and question if Kendrick's really built for this level of sustained competition. Wayne could also use humor, exaggerating Kendrick's serious image and painting him as overly self-righteous. The danger: if Wayne goes too light or leans on generic boasts, Kendrick's precision will make him look sloppy. Momentum is another factor. Kendrick just came off dismantling Drake. The energy is fresh, the fan base is engaged, and the culture's tuned into his every move. Wayne hasn't been in a high-stakes lyrical fight in years. That means if Wayne wants to land heavy, his first shot has to be undeniable. 1 weak track and the internet will swarm him before Kendrick even responds. On the flip side, if Wayne drops something unexpectedly sharp, fans will remember why they crowned him best rapper alive in the first place, and the narrative flips to legend still got it. This battle could also split the culture in wild ways. Wayne's from an era where mixtape dominance and relentless output mattered. Kendrick's from the era where crafting a perfect album and carefully timed drops hold more weight. Fans will debate not just bars, but what it means to win. Is it about clever punchlines, or is it about making the opponent look smaller in the bigger picture? Social media will fuel every bar breakdown, every pause and rewind moment, every alleged subliminal. And you already know, memes will be dropping faster than the tracks. If Wayne wins, it's a huge statement, proving that even in 2024, he can step into a modern battle and walk out clean. It could even inspire him to get more active, maybe drop another legendary mixtape run. If Kendrick wins, it solidifies him as the most dangerous MC of his generation, the guy who took out Drake and then outclassed one of the all-time greats. Either way, hip-hop wins, because this would be pure competition, the kind the culture lives for. In the end, this isn't just about 2 rappers trading shots. It's about eras colliding. The mixtape king versus the album perfectionist, the stylistic innovator versus the lyrical tactician, the idol versus the rival. And if Wayne's really in the booth right now and Kendrick's really not ducking, we might be about to witness one of the most talked about rap battles of the decade.